into the family of PDP. We were not born into the opposition camp. We were properly born and bred and groomed in PDP. But we left out of some personal or general reasons, but today we are regretted.
Accepting the returnees, chairman of the PDP in Delta State said they will be accorded all the rights and privileges they deserve.
I don't think that anybody that is what is onion politically in this state will ask who is Idisi, who is Blessing and others. And so they must be given their rights and privileges as original members of this party.
But the chairman of the Democratic People's Party says those who left the DPP were never true members.
Those men who said they decamp to PDP are not DPP members. Our members don't decamp. Lovett Idisi agreed, was a PDP man who decamped to DPP. We gave him ticket to run for election. And after he lost that election, he ran away.
It's not unusual for politicians in the country to move from one party to another in search of a safe haven when elections are close. But whichever party they end up, political office contestants and their followers are expected to play by the rules of the game to ensure that all is done in a free and fair atmosphere.
Now, the birth of the All Progressives Congress may be seen by many Nigerians as a welcome development in the country's political terrain. Yet critics believe that the PDP and the APC are birds of a feather. This is the view of the national chairman of the United Progressives Party, the UPP, Mr. Chekwas Okore. He maintains that his party is the true face of progressives in Nigeria.
And APC are the same, two sides of the same coin. PDP and APC are the same. You have in these two political parties preponderance of leaders that have kept Nigeria down since the Second Republic. Some of the First Republic oppressors are also there. They are almost on equal number. They have nothing new to tell us. They are like pot, kettle and pot. None will call the other black. PDP and APC are coalitions of reactionary forces. So come 2015, there will be an epic democratic encounter. And that will be the progressive forces challenging and overthrowing all the reactionary forces.
Our religious institutions in the country can play an active role in steering politicians in the right direction. This is the view of the primate of the Anglican Communion in Nigeria, Most Reverend Nicholas Oko. He insists that for religious leaders to perform this task, they must be morally upright. Now, the Anglican primate was a guest on the program View from the Top on Channels Television.
The religious class must watch its steps first. They say, physician, heal yourself. If within the religious class we have people who are very, very anxious about certain things, about their own personal advancement, about money, definitely it will be difficult for them to make any impact in restraining the political class. But I believe that if the religious leaders are credible in their behavior, are trustworthy, are morally sound, then they will have nothing to fear in speaking to the political class, encouraging them to behave and to behave properly in the interest of the larger society. You see, the issue about wealth at a point, or let me say, we branch out into this new thing that has, well, let me say, coming from the United States. It's not part of the way we started. It was not part of what the missionaries delivered to us. But all of a sudden, this teaching on if you follow me, you become wealthy. If you follow me, you don't, within 6 months, you don't have a Mercedes, then that is not my God. You either change the church or the church will change you. Something like that, you know. At best, it's a half-truth. Half-truth in the sense that it is true God is the owner of everything. God is the owner of the universe. The oil we are harvesting in Nigeria and selling in the international market everywhere and making a billions out of it is God's property. So God is rich, stupendously rich. So his children also are rich people. We are princes, we are princesses. But that does not mean that there are no morals, no moral underpinnings. Everything is okay. And people can even steal and do Thanksgiving. You know? It's not right.
Still to come on News Track, with no less than 6 players from the Golden Eaglets failed the magnetic resonance test. That's the MRI scan. We'll find out details in sports news. Please stay with us.
If you want to know what's trending or you miss your favorite live shows, you can watch it all on our YouTube channel. Simply log on to www.youtube.com/channelsweb. Scroll down to your favorite program and click play. You can also view all uploaded videos by clicking on View All. Don't forget to subscribe and get the latest videos. If they are interesting, like them and be heard. Get connected with the channel's television YouTube page. The news at your fingertips.
Welcome to Business News. Nigeria's economy is growing faster than any other in Africa, with this year's GDP growth put at 6.7%. The country also remains the highest destination for foreign direct investment inflows into the continent, above South Africa and Egypt. These are not new projections by the federal government, but a reaction to media reports linked to the African Development Bank's 2013 African Economic Outlook. The AFDB document, which covers the period between 1996 and 2010, rates Nigeria's growth progress low. But the presidency claims the report is not a true reflection of Nigeria's economic outlook, saying that over the past 2 to 3 years, the present administration has done a lot to fight poverty, create jobs, and reduce inequality. A strong dollar demand by some Nigerian lenders put pressure on the naira at the interbank market as dollar demand outweighed supply. The traders say the banks are still reeling from the 1 trillion naira withdrawn from their accounts last week by the central bank, in line with its recent hike on cash reserves requirements for public sector deposits to 50 from 12%. The local currency dipped further to close at 160 naira 65 kobo to the dollar, weaker than 160 naira 1 kobo on Wednesday before the 2-day holiday. The CBN, at its first forex auction for the week, sold $221.57 million at 155 naira 75 kobo to the dollar. Meanwhile, interbank lending rates dipped as banks drew from the central bank's cash reserves. Core money tumbled by 4.75% to end at 14.75%, while the 7-day credit shed 5.29% to close the day at 15%. Dealers say the cost of borrowing among lenders fell because some banks chose to access the central bank window to obtain short-term funds. Our Brent crude is currently trending around $109 per barrel in spite of a 2-week-old shutdown at Libya's 2 biggest crude export terminals by striking security guards on Monday. Libya's deputy oil minister has however given an assurance that exports could resume on Thursday as workers and local authorities reach an agreement to end the strike. Market analysts say that Brent is now expected to face some resistance at $109